Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Busy week. I guess probably one of the most pressing issues was the situation we had at out or near New Public School that resulted in 2 schools being locked down. To keep it brief, we responded on Page Drive, which is the dead-end cul-de-sac off of Alex Drive, which is directly behind New Public School. Information that we received on the way to the call was there was the 2 people that were involved in the physical altercation were wanted out of Rutherford County for armed robbery. This was at 12:30. By 2 o'clock, we had received confirmation that there was a capias warrant just for the woman who we already had in custody, who was pretty much intoxicated in the back seat of a patrol car. The reason for the lockdown, and this can be a kind of a confusing process. We don't have control over the lockdown. Lieutenant Chad Dorner with the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department, who's the head of the SRO program over the schools, he and the principal, as a rule, will make that determination. Although the principal, when we talked to Miss Alexander, now we didn't talk to her directly until later into the event. Dispatch notifies them what we've got in the situation. She made the determination to lock down the school. We've got air support from Smyrna. The military had a helicopter equipped with what's known as FLIR. That's the thermal imaging, not flares, as was kind of misreported. Have no use for flares unless we're going to try to burn the woods down, scorch them out. I talked with Miss Alexander about 2 o'clock. The chopper was at the airport at that time being fueled. We got it airborne and in our area by 2:20, 2:15, and pretty well had satisfied in our minds that the area immediately around the school was secure. He was not there. A triangle was set up from Alex Drive over to Hayes Road down to Fall River Road, but on the northeast quadrant we don't have enough officers to block off the back side. What we learned in hindsight was he has relatives that lives on the other side of Fall River Road off of Rayfield.
He's on foot this whole time.
He's on foot the whole time. Yeah, he rockets out the back door, didn't bother to open it, literally knocked it off the hinges, out the back door, over the fence, and when officers identified themselves to halt, that's when it lit the rockets in his boots and he was gone. He made it over the hill behind Alex, down to the creek that runs under Hayes Road, went under the bridge, down to Shoal Creek, and then back up Shoal Creek, headed back north towards Springer Road. A relative notified us they just saw him walking back on the what would have been the northeast side of Fall River Road. So we pulled our resources from Alex back over to Fall River and started setting up the perimeter toward Highway 43 and on out, and eventually caught him about 200 yards up in the woods behind Rayfield Avenue and then just away from an abandoned barn. In the process of running, he did fall and break an arm. We did not charge him at that particular time. We'll present him to the grand jury for indictment.